Jason Grace joined us in the breezeway. His blonde hair was cropped short. His blue eyes flashed behind a pair of black-rimmed glasses. In the weeks since his talk with Hierophily, he had run every scenario. He was well past the bargaining stage in dealing with this prophecy. He had accepted that death meant death. I can't let it unfold with Piper dying. Ever since I've known her, the thing she's wanted most is more time with her dad. Now they have a chance to start over. It struck me just how young he was, no more than 17. This young man had lost his mother. He had survived the harsh training of Lupa, the wolf goddess. He'd grown up with the discipline of the 12th Legion at Camp Jupiter. He'd fought titans and giants. He'd helped save the world at least twice. This young demigod had stood up for me. He'd had no reason to do so. He barely knew me. Yet he'd risked his own life and faced the wrath of Zeus. Jason took me by the shoulders. Not out of anger or in a clinging way, but as a brother. Promise me one thing. Whatever happens, when you get back to Olympus, and you're a god again, remember what it's like to be human. Jason Grace thrust out his arms, and the cages of wind exploded. Jason stepped out of the smoke, his gladius in his hand. "I'm Jason Grace," he said, "former praetor of the 12th Legion, son of Jupiter, child of Rome, and I belong to both camps." He rode against Caligula, jousting sword versus spear. Jason met my eyes. His expression told me his plan with perfect clarity. "Go! Remember!" While Jason's back was turned, Caligula drew his spear, driving its point between Jason's shoulder blades. He slumped forward. His lips moved, as if he was whispering something to his steed. Caligula plucked out his spear, then drove it again into Jason's back. The wind swirled around us. Tempest, carrying out Jason's last orders to get us safely away. His right hand was fixed in a pointing gesture, as if he were still telling us to go. His expression didn't seem tortured or scared. He looked at peace, as if he'd just managed to fall asleep after a hard day. "He did what Jason always did," Leo said. "He saved the day. Go on, you guys. Take Jason home. Do right by him." I looked at the diorama of Temple Hill. All the little Monopoly tokens carefully labeled in Jason's hand. I could hear Jason's voice in my mind. Remember what it's like to be human.
Jason stood right next to her. Those sky-blue eyes, close-cropped blonde hair, that cute little scar on his upper lip. "You tried to eat a stapler when you were 2. Hedge nodded like he approved of Jason's taste. "Staplers, excellent source of iron." His face was kind and gentle, but always a little sad.
When it came to work and duty, Jason was Roman to the core. He acted too perfect, always following the rules, always doing the honorable thing. He even looked too perfect. "He looks like a blonde Superman," Percy grumbled.
His mother's unkept promise was at the core of who he was. That was why, as much as it chafed him, Jason followed rules. He kept his promises. He never wanted to abandon anyone the way he'd been abandoned and lied to.
Your life belongs to me, an appeasement from Zeus.
You are our saving grace, as always.
Everyone had always watched him, expecting him to lead the way. Despite his attempts to alter his destiny, joining the worst cohort, taking the least glamorous missions, and befriending the least popular kids, he had been made praetor anyway. As a son of Jupiter, his future had been assured. You can't choose your parentage, but you can choose your legacy. For months, Jason had been wrestling with the decision of where he belonged. Now he realized he simply had to take what he wanted. Roman or Greek, the difference didn't matter. My loyalties haven't changed. My family has just expanded. I'm a child of Greece and Rome. He knew who he was. He had chosen his family. And it included all the demigods who fought at his side, Roman and Greek, new friends and old. He wasn't going to let anyone break his family apart.
Born a Roman, die a Roman.
No. If he had to die, he would die a son of Jupiter, a child of the gods, the blood of Olympus. You have proven yourself a true hero.
I would remember.